Most emergencies come without warning, and when the next one comes, you won't have a second to spare on packing and preparing. You need to get ready right now before an emergency strikes. Your supplies should be within reach, ready to grab and to go at a moment's notice. Secure those supplies at my website, preparewithwhitlock.com. Start with a 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. Helping millions of American families prepare since 2008, My Patriot Supply are the experts in all things self-reliance. Their 4-week emergency food kits offer over 2,000 calories every day. Protected by heavy-duty 4-layer packaging, these kits last up to 25 years in storage. These delicious foods are sealed inside rugged buckets with handles designed to grab in a hurry. Go to preparewithwhitlock.com and get as many food kits as your family needs for $50 off each. They will ship fast and free in unmarked boxes. Save $50 per kit at preparewithwhitlock.com. That's preparewithwhitlock.com. I have these myself. You guys need to be prepared. I'm going to bring in Jay Skapinac. You guys know him as Skapinac. He's been on the show before. And then we're going to get to Steve Kim. But Skap, did they pick the right MVP for this season?
Jason, there's no question about it that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA. He impacts winning more than anyone else in the league, and he was absolutely the deserving MVP this season. He should have been the MVP a year ago. There's a lot of things to clean up on that Open. That was a tremendously packed Open that you just laid out there, Jason. But one thing that I want to slide in here is that one of the best determinants of impact on winning games in the NBA that is very valued by MVP voters are on-off metrics. It gauges how many points you add with your presence on the court. So how many points per 100 possessions do you add when you're on the court versus off? Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was by far the best of all of the MVP candidates other than Nikola Jokic. He added 10 points per 100 possessions that he was on the floor. Nikola Jokic added 19. So with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being by far the second best MVP candidate in that metric, Jokic nearly doubled him. So there's no argument that he didn't impact his team winning more than any other player in the NBA this season. And, I want to add one quick thing on the Kobe Bryant piece. I just got to slide this in for my guy. People that know me know that I'm a huge Kobe guy. Kobe Bryant has 11 top 5 MVP finishes end of the year throughout his career. 11. No player in NBA history has more top 5 finishes at the end of a season than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James. Kareem had 15, LeBron had 14, Kobe had 11. No other player had more. Yet Kareem has 6 MVPs, LeBron has 4 MVPs, Kobe has 1 MVP. So if there's anybody that could be complaining about snubbing, it would be Kobe, who he never did before his untimely passing. He never complained about these kind of things. Shaq looked like a selfish, spoiled little brat last night. It was really off-putting. I too am a big Shaq guy. But just real quick to expand one more thing on what you said. Not only did he play with Kobe, he played with Penny Hardaway in Orlando, and he played with Dwayne Wade in Miami. All 3 of those players were first-team All-NBA guards, Jason. All 3. Penny was first-team All-NBA at the 2 when he was playing with Shaq. Dwayne was first-team All-NBA in Miami there, and Kobe was a perennial first-team All-NBA guard. As you said, Jamal Murray has never even made a single All-Star game. Let's get Nikola Jokic a first-team All-NBA caliber guard and see how many championships he can go to and how many he can win.
Skap, you made me dig into my stat sheet treasure chest because I know there are people out there who's like, hold on, Kareem, LeBron, Kobe, where's Michael on that list? Michael, 10 top 5 MVP seasons. I'm accurate on that, I think. And
that's correct. And Russell had 10 as well.
Bill Russell had 10 as well. So how many did Shaq have? Now I got to go back and look that up.
Shaq had eight top 10 finishes, and he finished two. Like you said, he finished second twice, and he won once.
Gotcha. So I just a horrible look for Shaq, and to turn this into a discussion about Shaq makes a lot of people go, hold on, man, some of this has to be some of that anti or racial energy or something like, man, a white guy stole it from me, Steve Nash, and now, Jokic is stealing something from me. Because Jokic, let's say he wins 2 more championships before his career is done, which is a possibility. Not going to happen this year, and Anthony Edwards in Minnesota could be a problem for a long time. But let's say that he did. If Jokic retires with 3 titles and 3 MVPs, people are going to argue, and maybe it only takes 2 titles and 3, and people are going to argue he was better than Shaq, and that's what Shaq's trying to protect.
Yeah, Jason, and it's going to be more than 3 MVPs, to be honest with you. Nikola Jokic has been dominating the NBA in the advanced analytic metrics, which for those listeners out there that might not understand or might not know what advanced metrics are, they're a collection of these crazy little acronyms that voters have been obsessing over for years now. Most notably BPM, which is box plus minus, and win share per 48 minutes. Those are basically the 2 biggest determinants of league MVP at the end of a season. If you go back 12 years to 2011, 10 of the last 12 league MVPs ultimately led the league in win share per 48 and box plus minus. Nikola Jokic is the all-time career leader in both of those metrics, achieving something LeBron James never could. In 21 years, he could never eclipse Jordan in either of those. Nikola Jokic now, at the age of 29, is the all-time NBA leader in BPM and win shares per 48. So there's really, I don't see any end to this dominance. He has led all 5 major advanced analytic categories, those 2 that I mentioned, along with value over replacement, PER, and standard win share. He's led the NBA for 4 straight years in those 5 metrics. LeBron James led the league for 5 years in his peak. And in those 5 years, LeBron won 4 league MVPs in the 5 seasons. So now Jokic next year is likely to lead in all 5 of those categories again. It's not unreasonable to suggest that he is going to win his 4th league MVP in 5 years. And here's the rub. If you didn't have a problem with it when LeBron James was doing it, you shouldn't have a problem with it now that Nikola Jokic is doing it. He is dominating the league every bit as much, if not more than LeBron James from an advanced standpoint. And Jokic won a championship in this span without a super team. LeBron needed the Miami juggernaut to win the 2 championships that he won in those 5 years. I would say what we're seeing out of Nikola Jokic is every bit as equivalent to what LeBron James did in his peak. And yet everybody wants to get on TV and call out Nikola Jokic for some reason, while they're all calling LeBron James the GOAT or the second best behind Jordan.
Scap. Great stuff. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
We needed that. Thank you, Scap. Awesome job. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.